What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we're here for episode 46 of our Madden 20 Flashback Pink Slip series. Kind of like LeBron, it's the announcement. So we finished things up here with the Hawaii Warriors. We won the Super Bowl. Then we decided, you know, as per really the rules of the series, you win a Super Bowl, you move on. That's pretty much almost like a rule that I like to have for my YouTube channel. So just to kind of keep up with the progression of, you know, where we're at with our seasons, and I really want to try and get fully caught up to current NFL. And we're going to have a lot more frequent uploads, because once we're done our Madden 20 realistic rebuild, there's only 4 or 5 teams left. You know, there's only the only really thing we're going to have for our content and stuff that I want to play is going to be, you know, the Pink series. So some weeks you'll get 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and that will definitely pick up the pace of this franchise. But we are now here at the conclusion of the 2010 season, where our Hawaii Warriors went back to the Super Bowl, but unfortunately fell 34-31 to Michael Vick and the 12-4 Atlanta Falcons. And then basically in the last episode, I made a short list of teams that I would like to move to. I don't really want to do another relocation. I think we pretty much hit peak relocation by having the guys make a modded team for me. And also, I will be in the process, if you are on the franchise Discord, I will be letting the guys release this mod, so that if you want to download it on PC and play with the Hawaii Warriors, by all means, that stuff's going to be available for you guys to use to your own enjoyment. But I wanted a new team, and we basically narrowed it down to 3 squads. 2 in the AFC, 1 in the NFC. We had the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns in the AFC. Definitely, you know, solid rosters for sure. And I had the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC. Eagles are not in a particularly good place right now here in this franchise. Looking at the Buffalo Bills, I mean, they do have their own big names. Just for a quick refresher, we got Jake Long, Jared Cook, MJD. You got Brian Moorman, the fastest punter in Madden history, and Lance Briggs. You look at the Cleveland Browns, they got Antonio Gates, Sean Andrews, solid offensive line, Eric Weddle, Eric Berry. I mean, the safety tandem is terrifying, exactly what you would want. Or the Philadelphia Eagles. It's been a while since they've done anything Eagles related. They still have McNabb very late in his career. You got Heath Miller. You know, the roster's not particularly great. Rob Gronkowski. You got Peyton Hillis. So, you know, it came down to, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I said I wasn't really going to let the comments dictate what team we were going to go to. I said I was slightly trending towards the Eagles, but honestly, it was an open competition. For me, it was most likely going to come down to the Eagles or the Browns. And there was a time that I was leaning towards just saying, screw it. People are going to be, you know, I don't know how people are going to feel about me going back to the Eagles. They're like, oh, he's picking his favorite team. I was like, yeah, I convinced myself, maybe the Browns. The Browns are going to be the right place to go. Browns are always good for views on the YouTube. So it's, you know, a slight business decision. But then today, I'm recording this on June 30th. We got the franchise blog for Madden 21. I mean, I don't need to reiterate it. We didn't get one new feature. No, zero optimism, zero enthusiasm to think about Madden 21, to think about Madden in general. And I think that could be something that resonates with the community. So I need to do something now that's going to make me want to play this game. Like something that's like, for me, I guess. Something for me to be like, well, I got to figure something out that makes me go, yes. This is what I want to get up in the morning and go play and record and enjoy doing. And for me to do that, you know, we're going to Philly. We're going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Hugh Jarsol is our new head coach. It was time, man. I got to do something with the Eagles. It's been forever. I literally cannot remember the last time I did a series with the Philadelphia Eagles outside of the rebuilds. Like, I can't remember the last time I played with the Eagles. And it's just, let's get back to my roots here a little bit. It's a terrible roster. In terms of overall, they're a bottom 3 team, I would say. Like, their base overall is an 82, and that is because Donovan McNabb's a 98 overall quarterback. If we didn't have Donovan McNabb, which is obviously, if you didn't have, if the Patriots didn't have Tom Brady, they wouldn't win all the Super Bowls. But if we didn't have Donovan McNabb, who's very old at the end of his career, this team's rating would be in the 70s. So, yeah, we're going to Philly, baby! And I got my boy Kursiv, who's the man behind the original project. He had some face scans made up to make Donovan McNabb look like Donovan McNabb, which is pretty cool because he is going to be, I don't even want to say it because it's a very sensitive word. He's going to be the face of the franchise for at least a year or two. I mean, quarterbacks tend to retire later in this year's Madden 20 than others. We could have him. He could honestly be our quarterback forever. And I'm fine with that because the rest of the team around him is, for the most part, outside of tight end, even Cam Chancellor, outside of really tight end, and maybe if Carlos Dunlap, he only has a start. Really tight end and quarterback are the two spots that this team should have some confidence in. Yeah. This is our new team. We're at the Eagles. Go Birds. I was able to simulate here a little bit into the offseason to get a true rate, and it's a 78 overall. It is now officially the lowest rated team. I think the Raiders were technically the lowest, but they like Stafford. They're going to be really good. Philly's now the worst team. Our roster. Let's look at our roster, man. Let's figure it out. We see McNabb only regressed 1, which is great. But we'll work away from the best. So punter. Tell you right now. Get rid of him. This guy's an asshole. He actually hates the Eagles, so he's gone. He was like a former punter for the New York Giants, but he was like, always kind of crapping on the Eagles on social media. Don't want him on my organization. David Akers, very old, very expensive, and the kick power and stuff is not great. It's still David Akers, so I'll keep him, but as soon as we can upgrade a kicker, we kind of have to, because 78 kick power, I can't do anything with that. We got Cam Chancellor at strong safety. I don't know why I'm getting the tutorials here, but either way, Cam Chancellor, he's superstar dev. He's a base 67, so we definitely have one hell of a hill to climb here for him to develop into the Cam Chancellor remember for Legion of Boom, but I'm optimistic. I'm definitely optimistic. We need to make our team captain, so he will be actually our first team captain just from how we're going and looking at this roster. For those of you that don't know, team captains, okay, I'll tell you right now, David Akers isn't one. Team captains are players that are immune. Win or lose, if we lose a game, team captains cannot be poached, cannot be stolen. So we'll start with Cam Chancellor. We have at free safety, Brandon Underwood. Definitely, okay, need a free safety. In the secondary, we have Terrell Brown, Nate Clemens, who has a superstar dev, but has regressed down to a 76. Yeah, we'll just get rid of you. You don't need to be a team captain. We have Keenan Lewis as a team. It's one of those glitch guys that's not actually a captain. Marcus Sherrills from a special team standpoint, I guess. But the secondary is not... right now, Terrell Brown, a 2680 star dev corner. Looks like he might be one of the leading candidates for a captain spot. Linebacker core, we got Cooper. We got Vincent Ray, who's actually fairly solid with the Cincinnati Bengals. 66 star dev. I actually will probably make him our starter. Middle linebacker, we got Zach Thomas still doing his thing. Might as well keep him a captain just from a vet. One of my, back in the day when I was first starting to get into football, he was an absolute beast for the Miami Dolphins. Left side linebacker, not a lot there. I remember Akeem Jordan actually was on the Eagles. He was not particularly good. We got Broderick Bunkley, another guy much like Akeem Jordan, who played for the Eagles, got drafted by the Eagles, and somehow got drafted by them here in the Madden Sim. It's always kind of creepy and weird, but Broderick Bunkley, solid. 79 star, solid D tackle. We got Trevor Laws, another guy that actually played on the Eagles. This is getting a little creepy with the draft picks, because you gotta remember we're in like 7 years in. So these are guys that straight up got drafted by the AI. Defensive end, we have Carlos Dunlap. So for Florida Gator, we're definitely gonna make him a team captain. On the defensive line, really in the whole front seven, he's the only guy that has a good high ceiling, any upside. I hope this guy's actually not a team captain. No, he's not. Left defensive end, we got Frosty Rucker. Yeah, another guy might need to be a team captain for now. Things are looking rough. On the offensive line, we got Stacey Andrews, who actually also played for the Philadelphia Eagles for a little bit. He didn't get drafted by them. He's an 80. We got Austin Howard, who's a 72 star. Maybe we can find a way to get Austin Howard playing. I don't know. We got Robert Gallery, Anthony Collins. Gallery, kind of a known bust. He was never he played for the Raiders, I remember. He's never like a... It was more so, it was one of those drafts where like everyone around him was way better. He was like a solid player, but everyone else like kind of got in that top 5, top 10 range. It was a really strong top 10. He was the weakest link. He's not a bad... our O-line's not brutal. It's not like we have a whole bunch of 60s and stuff, but it's still definitely not a strength of the team. I don't want any of my captains to be there. I'll tell you right now. You want a team captain, it's going to be Gronk. It's going to be a team captain. I'm not going to use it on Heath Miller if we don't have to. If we have an extra free spot, I will. But Heath Miller is, I don't want 2 tight ends, and clearly we want to use Gronk. So I don't really know if we can maybe trade Heath Miller before we get into this rebuild. See if we can get some value. We got Devin Hester for a return man, but nothing really at wide receiver. Dwayne Bowe. When Dwayne Bowe's your upper echelon wide receiver, things are probably not looking great. And he's number one target. Here's also what I'm going to do. We have Peyton Hillis here, and look at our running backs. We have Joseph Adai, who probably shouldn't be that low. He was good with the Colts. We have LeGarrette Blount, who's a 61. So we know Blount still has an upside. He has a dev trait, but it's going to be kind of like Cam Chancellor. Really, really hard to get him back to kind of like the LeGarrette Blount that we had in real life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this man, Peyton Hillis. I'm going to make him our starting running back. Why not, right? So that move, it's a 76. It's downgrade technically from an overall standpoint, but you know, at least we have our running back for now. We're going all power here. And our quarterback, of course, Donovan McNabb. So for the time being, I guess we'll make Peyton Hillis. Who are our captains? We got Donovan McNabb, the Untouchables. Donovan McNabb. Okay, I'll take this off Frosty Rucker and put it on Peyton Hillis, I suppose. Those will be our team captains: Peyton Hillis, Donovan McNabb, Rob Gronkowski. We got one on Zach Thomas, Carlos Dunlap, and way down at the bottom, the developmental Cam Chancellor. So that's a good starting point, but the Eagles were not particularly good. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a top 5 pick in the upcoming draft. A draft that we have number 4. This is a draft that we could get like a J.J. Watt or something crazy like that if things turn to play themselves out. Free agents, I usually don't like making big signings, but again, we're a brand new team, so if there's someone out there that makes a whole lot of sense. Let's see what we got here. Nothing there really at safety. We're good with Cam Chancellor. What about free? We got Brandon Merriweather, LaRon Landry. And again, we could easily, right, just sign these guys right away and make it. You want the grind. You want the grind of trying to build your team out. So if there's like a perfect player, like a fan favorite or something like that I see that I definitely want to bring on this team, we will do that. But generally speaking, free agency is not so much about just signing as many people as you possibly can and trying to make your team better, because that's not in the spirit of pink slips. But I'm not seeing much here anyways. We got John Beeson, who used to play for us, 88. Mike Peterson. Ooh. I want to bring him back. I'll bring him back on a 1-year deal. He was awesome for us for the Houston Oilers. Obviously now he's 35. Only on a 1 year. We got Dwight Freeney, Doomerville, Jason Taylor, some veterans on the D-line. Again, I mean, I don't really want to. I don't want to there's no salary cap. You can't have salary cap in a pink slips, so I don't want to ever take advantage of the free agency period. So let's just keep looking here. Make sure we're not passing over like a John Runyon or something crazy like that we'd really want on our team. Veteran lineman, I guess. At tight end, you got Tony G. I mean, we're good at tight end. What do we got at wide receiver? James Jones, Donald Driver, Josh Cribbs. If we just want to get Josh Cribbs and Devin Hester, just have all the return men in the NFL on our team. Trying to hoard that. They go, ooh, Santana Moss is still here. There's obviously not a lot of upgrades there. At fullback, yeah, nothing there. Running back, we got Ricky Williams, Jamal. Ooh. We just had Jamal Charles. That would be awesome. But we'll go Peyton Hillis for now. Maybe, okay, that'll be the one. That'll be the one decision that could come back to us. If things obviously we're being wishful that Peyton Hillis will be awesome, we can kind of have some fun games with that. We have a legit shot, absolutely, especially with the number 1 bid on Jamal Charles being 61 points from the Bengals. We absolutely could probably get Jamal Charles for sure. And he still got his best football. He's only 25, superstar. He was great for us last year's Adrian Peterson's backup. But we're going with Peyton Hillis, so this could be looked back upon as maybe a first big mistake of this Eagles franchise. At quarterback, we're good. I mean, maybe we could see what do we got for backups? Any good backups here? We got John David Booty, Troy Smith, Heisman winner Troy Smith, Brady Quinn, Rex Grossman's there again. Let's do that. I'm gonna bring in Brady Quinn. Let's just bring in a bust, just to warm up the bench there a little bit. Sitting behind Donovan McNabb. So yeah, those will be the two players we're gonna bid on. Mike Peterson, he's old, he has a superstar ability, just because it's one less position we have to worry about, and he's a guy that back when we were at the Oilers, he was debatably our best defensive player, especially at the early days of the Oilers, and then we'll get Brady Quinn to come in and be a backup. All right, let's start the draft. We'll sim out all the teams that pick up to us. The only downside is because we did all of our scouting with Chip Kelly. I actually have to just kind of guess, but I mean, you know, in reality, it's not that hard. You know the players that are going to be good. As we look at, you know, the top guys here, we pick at 4. So really, Cam Newton, Von Miller, AJ Green, Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones, Tyron Smith, JJ Watt for the top couple guys. Like, we're gonna have our pick at least one of those guys. If I had to say preference, I'm going to say, I'm gonna say JJ Watt would be my number 1 pick. My number 2 pick would be Julio Jones. And then Pat Pete, Von Miller, AJ Green. Like, that would be the order. So hopefully Cam goes first, so there's just no temptation. I mean, we have quarterback in, we have Don McNabb. So pick number 1, the Raiders. The only team with a worse overall than our Philadelphia Eagles. Select Von Miller. Goggles is gone. Pick 2, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock, and they get Marcel Darius. And then pick 3, the Rams are here, and they get Pat Pete, corner from LSU. So our board here, we can get, in reality, I mean, AJ Green, Julio, you're probably going to want to take Julio, or JJ Watt. And I'm kind of viewing this, they're both generational talents. I'm going to view this just for doing something different, because we've had powerful wide receivers before. We just came off a series where we drafted, or we won Calvin Johnson. We had Calvin Johnson and Andre Johnson. So we know what it's like. And I don't want to get it cliche and become the norm that we just always have stacked wide receivers. You know what's more difficult? I want a user. I want a user on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to make, at pick 4, just edging out Julio Jones, we're going to get JJ Watt, defensive end, Wisconsin. And he is a 77 hit dev, number 3 in true talent. Will be interesting to see who's actually number 1. Compare that to Julio. Julio's, I don't know. I could say, yeah, you know, I don't know who could be 2 and 1. Von Miller could be it. Pat Pete could be it. Julio could be it. But hey, number 3 at number 4, I'll take that. So we're going to try our best, because we have no scouting, right? The whole pink slips rules for drafts are you draft on their true talent. I don't really know. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to break the rules for 1 pick, which will be coming up in a little bit. But generally, we'll just go by round for at least this draft. Kind of disadvantage ourselves. We have to pick guys in said round. So as you go to the second round, here is my short list of second round players. We got Torrey Smith, Andy Dalton, Colin Kaepernick, Rodney Hudson, Wisniewski, and Marcus Gilbert. I feel like for a wide receiver core, Torrey Smith might be the best. And he spent time in Philly, but I think for best player and building out this O-line, Rodney Hudson is probably the guy. So I'm going to go ahead and think better logistically, make the safer pick, and that's going to be Rodney Hudson here in the second round. 72 hidden dev, number 17 in true value, getting him at pick 36. So third round, here's where I'm going to take my little give you one. There's no one here in the third round that looks remotely good. And because we're Philly and he's in the draft, I have to do it. I'm going to break the rules, bend the rules just once, because I can't even follow the rules this year. And in the third round, we're going to reach and we're going to grab Jason Kelce, one of the greatest Eagles of all time, who is a 67, but he's a hidden dev. Fourth round, we're pretty much in a spot we're just going to go with the best potential player. So that's Jordan Cameron. I mean, he had a couple good years with the Cleveland Browns, and even though we have a bunch of tight ends already, he's clearly the best guy available here in the fourth round. Reached. He got a dev trade, 63 hidden, but it was a reach. Jeez. Fifth round, pretty much the same kind of deal. Just trying to go with the best name that we remember. And I'm looking at the fifth round, not seeing a lot of guys that I really can attest to their NFL. We got Ahmad Black, who was there with the probably Jeremy Curley. You got Niles Paul, who's kind of like a wide receiver tight end hybrid for the Redskins. I'll go Curley in the slot, I guess. That could be maybe the best pick. 64, hey! 119 in true value, getting him at 132. And he's a scheme fit. Sixth round, literally the guy he's the punter on the Falcons, is the only guy I've heard of, and we need a punter on our roster. So there we go, getting number 78 in true value at pick 164. Those are the best kicking attributes. For our final pick, we're gonna bend the rules just a little bit here. We'll get best player available. So there's no one really left in the 7th round. We're seeing some studs. I think this is really 2 players that we really are deciding. Maybe 3. Mary Addison's had a good career, but it's between Doug Baldwin at wide receiver, and we got Chris Harris at corner. Looking at the strength and weakness of this team, I feel like, again, wide receiver is an easily upgradable position, so I'm going to make my final pick. We're going to bring in Chris Harris. Chris Harris Jr., 69 hidden dev, number 32 in true value. We got him at 196. He's good. He's real good. Probably going to start as a rookie. So in our draft, we got Watt, Rodney Hudson, Jason Kelsey, Jordan Cameron, Jeremy Curley, Matt Bosher, and Chris Harris Jr. Kind of looking at how the rest of the first round went for the NFL and where kind of guys went after we made that J.J. Watt pick. Cam Newton is now in Buffalo. Tyron Smith on the Marshalls. A.J. Green has joined up with Aaron Rodgers in Kansas City. Julio Jones is now in our division. We get to find out right away. Wow, he's a 72 overall. Oh, that's a low rating. So Von Miller was number 1 in true talent. The only 2 guys ahead of our guy would have been Von Miller, I think, and Pat Pete. So the only ahead of our guy, ahead of J.J. Watt. Alden Smith on the Vikings, Ryan Kerrigan on the Browns, Robert Quinn going to Miami, Pouncey going to the Saints, Cam Jordan going to the Bengals, Jimmy Smith, Seahawks, Fairley, Cowboys, Cam Hayward going to the Detroit Lions, Wilkerson going to the Ravens. Into the 2nd round, Kyle Rudolph on the Falcons, Mark Ingram to the Marshalls. Marshalls having a great draft. Justin Houston going to the Jets, Torrey Smith, we passed on. He's a 68. Going to the Seattle Seahawks. DeMarco Murray. There's a name for you. Going to the Detroit Lions. I'm sure we'll figure out the rest. Oh, who got Kaepernick against the Marshalls? The Marshalls just straight up probably having the best draft, not from our own team. I'm happy with my team, though. I'm very happy with my team. I'm not even going to apologize for making the Jason Kelsey pick and the Chris Harris pick. We need some help here on Philly. Let's kind of help jumpstart it. Let's kind of see what the Warriors do. Bruce Carter. Oh, they're lost without me controlling their team. What about the Oilers? What did the Oilers do? They got Nate Solder, Wisniewski, a little bit better, but still not great. Let's just applaud our draft class and let's get into the year. Brand new team, new year, new me. So we're down here at the preseason. There's no quarterback controversy that we've had that we have to play at all the preseason games. So I'm gonna hop in. We'll just get some gameplay on the offense for a game or two. But here's how I'm thinking the starters are gonna look. In terms of the offensive line, we're gonna go Kelsey and Hudson, obviously being some of our top premier picks. We're gonna get them starting sooner than later. This could be, we're gonna run a lot of 2 tight ends anyway, but obviously we want Gronkowski to be our feature tight end. He has the X Factor ability, and we need that. So, still to a 1-2 punch, great 1-2 punch at tight end. Wish there was a rule that I could trade away some players, because I would rather trade away Heath Miller and try to get a wide receiver or something like that. But 2 tight ends, still nonetheless. Plus Heath Miller, very well-rounded. Was great for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got McNabb here. Peyton Hillis will be our starter at running back. Dwayne Bowe, Donnie Avery. We got Early Doucette, McDonald. We got Curley at wideout. Yeah, it's going to be probably tough. It's going to be tough to have a lot of 400-yard passing games. But, Dwayne Bowe could be worse. Definitely could still be worse. Defensively, made a couple changes here. Dunlap and J.J. Watt are going to be our D-ends. I took Frosty Rucker, who's a 280-pound D-end. I just moved him into D-tackle, being slightly undersized to play with Broderick Bunkley. Our secondary, we have Brown. Clemens, who's a 76 superstar, but he's also 31, 32. He's pretty much on the downswing of his career. We're going to get Chris Harris some snaps as a rookie. Kind of hurting at free safety. We got Cam Chancellor. Got a long way to get back to Legion of Boom, Cam Chancellor. And then you see the 2 superstars. You're like, wow, C4, this Eagles team, they got some dev traits and stuff. Yeah. How old is he? 38 and 35. So, all the known good dev traits on this team, on the defense at least, outside of Cam Chancellor, are guys that are very much only going to progress. So, and it could be almost a set on the offense. Outside of Gronk, Heath Miller's getting up there now. He's almost 30, and then you got McNabb, who's 34, 35. This is what we want. I want to go to Philly for me to finally do some Eagles videos. And I also want the biggest challenge, and really outside of the Raiders, who we already did a franchise in Madden 20 on, this is the biggest challenge possible. given where we are at in Flashback Pink. So yeah, I'm going to hop in. We'll get some offensive highlights during a preseason game or two, and then we'll set and wrap everything up for the beginning of the regular season. Well, there we go. Nice power run, Peyton Hillis. Get used to seeing that. It's not going to be Adrian Peterson. It's going to be something. It's going to be effective. Oh! Oh, I'm going to be able to get down with this. Okay. Not a great first play in Eagle history for Gronk on the channel. Psych, we're going to throw it. Psych, we're going to throw it. Trying to get a true read here on our verts till it hurts offense. Who's going to be able to run it? Can Dwayne Bowe run it? Ooh. Doesn't have that Gus Johnson get away from the cop speed, but okay, you can win at the line of scrimmage against press coverage. That's a great thing to know. What about this? What about this one? What about Peyton Hillis on screen passes? Obviously, that 1 year with the Browns, he was the best running back at pretty much everything, and he can execute it. Phenomenal blocking from the Philadelphia Eagles. And there we go. Peyton Hillis gets his second touchdown of the game, I think. No, it's not. He had a big run. A couple big runs that were as good as touchdowns. That's his first touchdown of the game. Look at the blocking. Rodney Hudson, Jason Kelsey, two of the best. We're going to have one of the best interior lines in the NFL if those guys continue to develop and reach their potential to what they did in real life. Oh, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. I think that's enough. We've showed enough. I'm going to try to actually make him look like Cleveland Browns. I don't know if he had, like, I felt like he wasn't wearing gloves and stuff like that. What if I give him a neck roll? Oh, my God. Peyton Hillis. Yes, sir. So that will do it. We're all caught up to the beginning of the 2011 season. We now don't have to really worry about playing home and away games like we did with the Warriors. There's no issues, no glitches. So we'll get back to 2 games. Well, I mean, luckily we were able to continue that format. But now we can just pick and choose what 2 games on a given week that we want to play, and look at that, getting a whole lot of NFC East in the debut episode of Season 3 of Madden 20's Flashback Pinks. Week 1, we got the Browns. Week 2, we got the Redskins. Week 3, we got Dallas. And Week 4, we have the New York Giants. I might as well play those divisional games. Those are extra important. There's an extra star on the line. So I'm going to guess we'll probably sim that game against the Browns. And then I'll probably sim the weakest of the 3. It's probably going to be the Giants. No, the Giants are OP. It's probably going to be the Cowboys or the Redskins. One of those 2. But that's for another episode. We will be back Thursday, maybe, for the next one. So make sure you guys don't miss it. So hopefully you guys are happy with the Eagles. Understand why I picked the Eagles. Smash the like button if you're happy with the Eagles. And, subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. Trying to get through this whole Madden franchise, Madden 20, Madden 21 franchise together. And I appreciate you guys still supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace out.